Yo, yo.
Yo.
Welcome to another race. Can you believe we're still doing these?
I don't know. It's been a couple days. I'm kind of getting tired. Do you think we should stop?
Yeah, I think we should just end the tournament here. We've had our fun.
Okay, sounds good. See you later.
Real. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Race today. Nikplayer.
Yep, this is... Yeah. I'll let you introduce it. Sorry.
Thank you. I think I lagged on Discord a little bit. Teammates in, I believe, Rando League Season 4. Bigos Amigos.
Yes.
Is that correct?
It was the two of them and then Fringo, who was playing earlier this morning. Well, morning from the perspective of me, because I am American.
Morning from the perspective of East Coast Beast Coasters.
So true.
Yeah, I do think this is a really interesting race from a matchup perspective. Nikplayer obviously being very highly seeded, actually, the 5th seed in the tournament. BrakeJake is the 3rd seed in his group. I don't know exactly what seed overall off the top of my head, but I actually think this race is a lot closer than the seeding would suggest. I think both of these runners are very similar, actually, in playstyle, which makes sense, being teammates and all. And I wonder what we're going to see here. I think there's a possibility that we see a lot of very similar plays overall, but I think one of the things I like about both of these players is that they are very aggressive, willing to go for some crazy plays, and I wonder if we'll see some interesting divergence from these two.
Nikplayer, notably, what helped him in this seeding was his he made it to the semifinals, losing only to Kip in the mystery tournament, which was a really impressive run from him. So just really good stuff. Hoping to see more from him. I've definitely been really happy to see him grow as a player. BrakeJake too, been around for a while and has definitely grown a lot in the SM side, at least from what I've seen him. I remember in the last SRL SMZ3 race in early 2021, BrakeJake was in that. I was and we were both very bad. It was great, but seen him playing mostly SM since then. So he's definitely grown a lot and become really skilled opponents. So good stuff. Hoping to see more of the same from them today.
I actually saw both of them doing the little backwards deboost to get that ceiling item.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool stuff.
Actually triggering the deboost rather than just the knockback from the enemy, which is what you'll see a lot of people do.
Another slightly different strat that you'll see a lot of people do. I would have tried to get a powerbomb here. Farm the Viola, by the way. Getting an extra powerbomb
is usually don't get a powerbomb, but leave and then immediately think, oh, I should get a powerbomb. And then
many such cases. Many such cases.
Yeah. It is a good strat, though.
Means we will have to skip on one of the 2 item checks, or more importantly, probably have to refill the ship for power bombs if we don't get another power bomb pack right here. It's a missile, so it does beg an interesting question if after you ship refill for your power bombs, if you want to go down and check 230 to try to get a super or not. I would lean towards no. It's a pretty slow item check, and the odds that that's a required super missile are not high.
Yeah. For me personally, it'd probably depend on my matchup, but if I was facing one of these guys, I would probably not, because I don't think it's most for me mentally it would be, can I afford blowing all that time and just treating it all as time loss? Can I just make that up later on, I don't know, movement or something? And for these guys, I would say no, because you're pretty likely to get a super later, but it's definitely possible that you just get a super, and even if it's not the required super, like if there's something available later, it's a very good chance that just something shows up again later, and like something makes having the super more convenient. Like you save some amount of time from having it. Yeah, Nikplayer out to an early lead, mostly just better movement.
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of movement, Nikplayer, a lot of it was just from a cleaner climb, which you say it like every tournament, but not a trivial room. Very difficult for how early in the game it shows up. You can lose a lot of time in that room if you don't get a clean climb.
Yeah, it's very technical, and like good players have a lot of time that they can save over people who just who get through the room just a little bit less slower, because like a little bit less slower can be can be like 2 or 3 seconds, but it can also be 5 or 10 if you mess up something. So that's just a place where big shambles can be had. Same goes for Parlor, but a little bit less so. And BrakeJake is checking criteria power bombs. This is honestly
this is why I wanted to watch these guys.
I will say,
I love them doing stuff like this.
Yeah. It's like I would never think of this.
Don't get me wrong, this is not a good check, especially when again we have 230.
I don't think this is that bad. I think this is fine.
I think it's kind of bad.
No. Hear me out. If it's a super, you go right side.
Maybe.
Because you're on that side of criteria already. Like I think
Speaking
between
of right
that
side
and 230, this is a very poggers set of okay, and we have supers. I was gonna say, if this is not a super, you just don't save. And you just check the boss, and if it's something you can't kill, you reset back to the ship, and you're good. Okay, so BrakeJake just being very thorough here. Just trying to get a super and it before going to left side criteria, which will, if he gets one, which he doesn't, it wouldn't really matter all that much.
It's a bit tough, kind of last locationing the super then at Kraid's lair. I guess there's technically Billy Mays, but Billy Mays is not real. It doesn't exist at this level. But yeah, Kraid and Crocomire over here at this side of criteria. And it's not a fightable boss either, so we're going to have to be legging it all the way back here once we can fight Ridley.
Yep.
Always a fun time, except if your idea of fun is actually having fun.
Yeah, this is definitely an opening. But at least you know what you're doing, and you know that has to be the logic, more or less. Unless from Nikplayer's perspective, it's like, I don't know, second power bomb somewhere to put a third tank in Gauntlet and Logic, and you do Bubble Mountain stuff. I guess Bubble Mountain stuff isn't Logic because they have 2 tanks. That's pretty terrible. I kind of regret having said that, honestly.
I wonder if we see either of them fight Croc, because this is technically enough ammo. It's tight, and if you miss a super or two, then you can actually get in trouble. But if you can execute the Croc fight properly...
coming back anyway for Ridley. I don't know. Nikplayer's ammo wasn't great. He would have had to like farm a Kego. I think it's fine.
I might be tempted to do it just because, like, if there is a good item there, then it's gonna be a while before you get back to it because of the aforementioned Ridley. I guess that's two different ways of thinking about it. It's either something you'll do eventually or something you'll do eventually and wish you did earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough call to make. I think there's definitely arguments to be heard about both sides. But okay, Nikplayer is on to the progression, hopefully. Surely.
Could be Moat still.
Yeah, I just meant like these 2 portals in general, because this is definitely not progression back at Beast.
Believe it or not, it is not.
I am truly shocked.
What was meme route? It was Chronic?
Yeah, Chronic.
Okay. And this is a much nicer portal here, heading into Red Tower.
Yeah. Now we have stuff that we actually want to be doing, rather than stuff we are doing.
Yep. A lot of item checks, a lot of portal checks. All around good place to be. See if this leads like right into Green Bryn or something. Not quite.
That's kind of the opposite of Green Bryn, honestly. And BrakeJake is going to be fighting Croc. It has a bunch of extra ammo over Fringo, so this does make more sense. So,
well,
now he's going to be a lot further behind visually, but we'll see if this has something that
he actually only had
change.
a missile pack ahead because he didn't pick up the missile at 230, I think.
No, he picked up. I think he didn't pick up the one in Criteria Power Bombs.
Okay, that would make sense. He did get a super blocked though, so like I was saying, things can get a little sketchy.
Yeah. My bad,
Get
Fringo.
another
I think
one.
I switched up my words.
Okay, he's fine.
It's because I was watching your match earlier. Okay, we win the fight. We'll see. We have space jump. Are we not checking the item? Is that like a new fact?
Did BrakeJake forget that he has space jump?
Potentially.
I think he realized like,
he has space jump.
wait, why didn't I do this?
What's happening? Okay, middle of the tower goes to single chamber, which is good portal to know. Also makes doing like all of East Upper Warfare combined a lot easier. Just makes routing more convenient, but not really something that you want to be doing. There you go. There's the gravity suit for Nikplayer, not Fringo.
Oh,
But yeah, that's a pretty good item. Doesn't like have immediate impact because you're still going to go down Red Tower. It's not like the gravity suit is going to make you do Upper Warfare. It's not how the game works, but it will make doing a potential west at the bottom of the tower a lot more appealing. So, see what shows up.
sorry, I was adjusting my area tracker I was using a little bit.
I can't believe that you weren't just popping off in reaction to Nikplayer finding gravity.
Sorry, can I get a do-over? Give me a second.
Okay. Sure, take it.
And the gravity suit!
Okay, I'm done.
And the Spazer for BrakeJake. So yeah, very worth Crocomire. We got an E-Tank and a Spazer.
Chat making a good point. This gravity suit is quite green.
Yeah. It's the... Nikplayer is using the sprite from Super Metroid Kaizo.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I think he's run either SM Impossible or Kaizo. I can't remember which one it is.
Wouldn't be
The fact that
surprised
he's
if it's
using the
both.
Kaizo sprite makes me think it's Kaizo, but I think it's Impossible. I don't remember.
It also could be both.
Yeah, could also be both. Okay, back to ship at Tube. Okay, it was Kaizo. Huge. Okay, now we've got Green Bread. Now we have things we want to do again.
Yep.
The funny one will be if
Good
this
find.
is west here at Redburn 5.
And it's
Oh,
the
it's
other
just
bottom Green Bryn portal.
Yeah. Let's go. Nick is making good decisions and doing Green Bread from the right direction. Is this even faster? With Space Jump, I feel like this might be slower.
I think it's still faster. Although if you're grabbing
this.
this miner, then maybe it comes out to pretty close.
So yeah, if you're grabbing this miner and you're also missing out on super drops from Cax, so I think I would have, if I were playing this scene, what I would have done is I would have done what Nikplayer's done, then halfway through realized that it's worse. But that's also just my opinion. Yeah. I think it's like roughly even
worse.
double jump. Yeah, speaking of worse.
We got a true 0 item. 7-second time long.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember one time it was I was racing like Nitro and a bunch of other people in a group in like a lobby race, and I lost to Nitro by 2 seconds, and I picked up both double jump at charge beam, and I already had space, and I picked up Spazer at waterway, and I already had plasma, and I lost to Nitro by 2 seconds, and he had gotten like only one of those, and I was very annoyed.
Item fanfare is OP.
So true.
What are your thoughts on double jump, by the way, from a race standpoint? Well, we've got a little bit of downtime, just clearing out Green Brune.
Just like in general?
I'm a big fan of it, personally, but I know there's some people who are less big fans of it.
Yeah.
So I was wondering where you stand.
Yeah, I think it's... Like, if it was taken out of the settings, I'd still play. I don't think it's, like, game-breaking or, like, it changes the entire meta, but, like, I think it's neat. I think it makes you think of other strats that you wouldn't really, like, think of otherwise. Like it's like it limits you in a really neat way, and I think that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like it's cool, but it's not game changing. I do think it is the best, like at least the most interesting custom item that Recall came out with.
Yeah, which is why it's really the only one used competitively now.
Yeah, exactly.
But I would tend to agree. I think it's, even though it's the worst movement item, I won't disagree with the haters on that one. I think having another movement item.
Wait. Well, what are you classifying as a movement item?
Are you saying Spring Ball is worse?
Yes, I definitely think Spring Ball is worse than double jump.
That's fair, actually. But either way, I think having another movement item in the pool is a good thing.
Yeah,
because having movement items is fun.
Really, just another item in the major pool that isn't a tank is nice. Yeah. Also, to answer a question in chat, the reason the icon for grav heat reduction is shown in these settings that notably do not have grav heat reduction on and never do is because it's grayed out. If it were actually enabled, it would be colored in. Same as the double jump icon on Nikplayer's screen. It's grayed out because he has it, but it's not like being used. So if he had double jump and not space jump, then it would be colored in pink. And because that's how it works. There's other similar icons for heat shield and pressure valve that would be displayed to the right of double jump if they were in the seed.
So Nikplayer about to get this end of Green Brune portal check. Not the most fruitful area ever. Just a few tanks and screw attack.
Yeah. Won't complain about screw attack though. You just run through, collect the loot, then see what you get. It's not like it's just like you're doing the same thing for 5 minutes regardless of whatever you actually end up finding. But now I find West, so maybe the save is okay. I don't know. I was doubtful at first.
I don't really know what we're saving for. I think the save more than just resetting.
I think we're saving for front of ship. Or like business center maybe?
I guess.
See, now you just go to business center, I think. Maybe you do this. I don't know.
I would definitely go to business center from this position. I actually might have been tempted to check Mama Turtle before doing anything else in West.
Yeah, so I think I would have gone to business center, but I think maybe going to Bolt Mountain is better because the problem is in Nikplayer's position, you know the 2 portals on the right side of Bubble Mountain already, and you know neither of the business center portals. And from his position, the 2 the portals that are left are Turian, Top of West, Pre-Aqueduct, Front of Ship, and 2 LN portals, which are not really great. So what I'm thinking is, I think it's better to do Bubble Mountain first and then go to Business Center, because then you can go somewhere that you want to be from Business Center afterward. Otherwise, well, I guess the other side of that argument is you could do Business Center first, do the portals there, figure out what you're doing with Top of West if you find that, or maybe you just find like Turian and back of LN or something, and you don't do that, and then you go to Bubble Mountain. You can do stuff from middle of Red Tower, but then your best option is probably back of Ship, and that still takes a while. So I think overall this is better, what Nikplayer's doing, than doing Business Center first.
So you have this long-winded explanation. My thoughts are, I have 5 tanks and I don't want to do Bubble Mountain yet, so I'm just not going to do it.
Neither. 5 tanks, well, yeah, 5 tanks no CF. It's not great, but I think it's good enough that it's reasonable, especially because your movement items are space screw. Like, you're kind of living large.
I think I'm still probably doing Business Center first. There's a pretty high chance that one of the 2 portals loops into West Meridia again. So,
yeah,
not that I would really be thinking about how bad those portals were in a race, I'll be honest. That's something I kind of struggle with. Like, all the portals left are bad, huh? So I should not prioritize portal checks. I see 2 portals and 2 items. Unga bunga, I must go. This is not an item you wanted to find.
Yeah, this is... I don't know. I think Grapple's fine. It's very beneficial in certain scenarios. It's just not necessarily beneficial right now. But I don't know. The way I like to think about just playing area is I want to make the decision in the moment, and then I want to rationalize afterward. Was the decision I made good?
Nikplayer got owned by drops there. Got like 1 health drop and 4 missiles.
Yeah.
So the reserve popped.
This is why you super the door. I actually didn't even see if he supered the door, so if he didn't, my apologies to past Nikplayer. Yes, hell runs are in logic. Very can be anywhere in Upper Norfair. It cannot be in Lower Norfair, though. But I don't know. My mindset was stolen entirely from Cutie back in the day when Cutie played Rando.
Of course, Cutie, loyal member of the Church of Zeb. So
yes. Yeah. There's like
reason Zeb is the first seed. He's kind of the creator of a lot of the logic that a lot of high-level players use when figuring out seeds.
Yeah, not logic as in like the logic that the game uses to determine how to place the items. More like the mindset that you use to figure out how to play the game.
High jump is nice.
There's an item. Yeah.
Not the most fruitful Bubble Mountain, though.
Yeah, but not really what you were looking for. So
I really want... Honestly, you kind of want a beam. It's like...
Yeah, well, you want a Varia suit. At this point, I'm really just...
Yeah, of course you want
I
a Varia
wouldn't really
suit,
be considering beams as like something I want, because what's one beam gonna do? Unless it's like, I don't know, ice. Like,
I mean, ice or plasma are both pretty impactful.
Ice is impactful. Plasma just makes charge more valuable, I think. I don't really care too much about plasma.
I guess it's charge
already. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like the other value of plasma is like just dealing with normal enemies, and you have screw for that. And missiles. So it's like, I don't know, the only beam I really care about is ice. I would much rather see like a speed or a Varia. Though you would always rather see a suit. Suits are, that's just how they are.
Yeah, turns out they're pretty powerful.
Yeah. going back to the whole business center discussion, I guess the other part of that I didn't really talk about is if you find top of West, you can just go back to Krogdor, and you can also grab Mama Turtle check on the way. So that's pretty good and makes business center first better. Also, I'm kind of curious why we never got this power bomb. I'm pretty sure Nikplayer scouted it.
Yeah, having a Crystal Flash would have sped up things a little bit, but
yeah. Now we have a
not
Crystal Flash
huge
now,
deal.
which is quite nice. Having a
We're
CF
actually gonna
now.
see a little bit of sync. BrakeJake and Nikplayer are gonna get
the
to
business center first play.
Yeah, they're gonna get to business center at pretty comparable times. It looks like.
Yeah,
BrakeJake
Nikplayer not
a little bit
getting
ahead.
the Cathedral Miner, which is. I mean, it's fine.
It's fine.
At this point, I would be pretty committed to miners, though, and you also want power bombs for a potential variolous LN. So I think it's probably worth checking, but I don't think it's the end of the world.
Yeah, Nikplayer is very ahead on miners. There were like 3 supers in Bubble Mountain, so even if the items themselves didn't pay off too much, the ammo checks, which is something you may not think about too much. Of course, there's charge, so it doesn't really matter that much. But
well, I mean, he still just has charge by itself. Like you're not.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely not sad to have this many supers, even with charge.
Yeah.
Also, good ordering by Nikplayer doing ice before high jump. Gonna get a nice refill, because I believe there was another E-tank at high jump there.
Yep. Yeah, Nikplayer's in a really nice spot here. Well, a lot will depend on what the portals at the top of Business Center are going to be, but if one of them's west, he'll be in really good shape. Top of ship is also not bad at all.
I mean, top of ship is just good, right? Because you can fight whatever boss is there. It's not Ridley.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, he can fight Ridley too. Yeah, he's gaming.
True.
Yeah, I think the only way Business Center portals end up being bad are it's like front of LN and Turian or something. Even like they have like morph bombs. Like you could do a back-to-back LN on this because you know it's not Ridley.
Right.
I don't know. I'm like that's like kind of out there. But I think Nikplayer's definitely the kind of player who would consider that. I should. BrakeJake got charged, right? Because I didn't.
Well, here's that back of LN.
Yeah. Yeah, Turian back of LN. Yeah, I guess since you have Turian here, you don't really want to do back LN now because you're looking for Varia. And Turian's right here. BrakeJake does not have a CF. It is not doing this. Not at all.
Yeah, Nikplayer could have gone for it, but it's pretty risky. Again, no morph bombs, no spring ball, so we've got to use power bombs for everything. And if we're using power bombs for everything, we're not using power bombs to Crystal Flash.
Yeah,
which are
on 15. I think on 20 this is very doable. On 15 this is very iffy.
Right. I still probably wouldn't have done it just because the health is really tight. You have to do like an actual RBO loadout.
Turian's right there. Like the game ends there. You can just make LN your last boss, and you're not missing anything because you're basically only looking for Varia. It doesn't really matter. It's just like you're only losing time by doing LN now versus doing LN later. You're not really saving much, if anything.
Yeah, I mean that is the
not like
actual reason not to do it, but in theory, with this loadout, you wouldn't do this because you have to use 1 million power bombs and you only have 15.
That is true, yeah. Okay, so yeah, Nikplayer just has to go the long way around in Upper Norfair because this map is sad. And is now going to do west and go to the top. I feel like you could make an argument to go back to front ship, but then you can just find front of LN and be set. No, I think this is better. This is better because you can just do front to front ship and you know where the backup ship is and you just don't go there. Or you do front to back ship and then you do like front to front east afterward or something. Really, you could do, like,
I think you actually do that. You do front to back ship and then you go up red tower to east and then back to Criteria to do Crade because you still have to do that.
Yeah. That's what I was like mentally realizing is like, yeah, you just go through ship and then you go through east and then you go to west Criteria and do Crade. And then you're basically in business. Like this is pretty close to go mode for Nikplayer.
Yeah, those morph bombs, we've been talking about it. That's a pretty big deal.
Yes. Yeah, morph bombs both for, and also a fourth power bomb pack in Mama Turtle Run.
Yep. Almost as big of a deal
like,
for a potential
this
LN.
is like a self-connect. Because otherwise this has to be front of LN and front of ship. And he'll know that. Okay, yeah, so this is front of LN at top of west, so Nikplayer.
Front of ship has to be pre-aqueduct.
Yes. Yeah. Nikplayer's got full portal knowledge now.
Yeah. I was gonna say Nikplayer has seen everything, right?
Yeah, he has. So yeah, really, at this point, when Nikplayer wants to beam the most, well, Varia, but also a beam.
Yeah, we say what he wants the most. It's always besides Varia, because Varia Suit just ends the game.
Yeah, Varia Suit is like, okay, the game plays itself now.
You still might do a few close item checks if you get Varia, just because you don't quite have enough ammo and you're running with the P-shooter charge, so you still want a beam, like you say, but...
Yeah. It's like you want to check behind bosses, you want to check like right supers and tank, because they're very close. And then you check stuff like obviously bots and E-tank, whatever's the east boss. That's pretty much it. Because you also get a bunch of majors in Crade. So you're living pretty large if you're Nikplayer right now.
Yep. And the only real bad possibility is if Varia is buried, and then even then, all the close item checks you're gonna get enough E-tanks if you don't find Varia that it shouldn't matter too much.
Yeah, like even on this is very comfy, I would say, for Varialess LN where you know it's not Ridley.
Right. Yeah, Gravity Space Screw makes, even if you're doing front to back LN, which you aren't actually, you're just still doing back to back. I'm silly.
Yeah.
But even if you were doing front to back, it would still be comfortable because of those items.
Yep,
or as comfortable as LN can be, at least.
Yeah, LN's really never comfortable when you don't have Varia, but it's like, this is pretty comfy.
Second reserve as well. Second of 3. The fourth reserve is what's removed for double jump. BrakeJake is in a little trouble.
Not having enough power bombs for Crystal Flash. This is middle red tower. He's fine.
Yeah. Wonder where he is. Oh, I guess it's just pre-aqueduct. The other issue is, I didn't even think about this. We can't actually. I mean, we can get to Botwoon. BrakeJake cannot. Does not have the power bombs.
Yes.
So that makes this play a little bit more awkward. It might be a full, like, go back to Ridley now play. Or go back to Crade's Lair, specifically, which has Ridley. But looks like BrakeJake's just gonna take a gamble.
I mean, he got left hand bit at least. Oh, there's ice. That's really good for Nikplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no missiles just fully aren't worth picking up.
Nikplayer making the good play we were talking about, going out through the back to the other areas, and then will be a short-ish trip back to Upper Norfair to get to Ellen and Turian. See what this sandpit is. If it is Varia, then there's a good chance that Nikplayer doesn't get to it. It's just an E-tank, though.
Well, yeah, that is very much not helpful at all to BrakeJake.
Not really. And I wonder if we're going for this kind of desperate play. Are we ever going to Shack Tool here? We've got the grapple.
I mean, I feel like this is the only situation where you actually go to Shack Tool in Major Minor, and I think that might be what we're seeing. Oh, maybe? Oh. I think this is Shack Tool.
Well, I mean, where else are we going, right? We're going this way.
Yep. Yeah, for one room, it could have been like back of East for some reason.
I mean,
but
back of East just takes us to the same place as front of East does, but slower.
This is true. I do wonder if it's faster to do front to front East or front to back East here. Because
I think front to front is still faster.
Yeah, I would want to actually time the difference between front to front and front to back, but no, I think front to front is still faster.
Yeah.
After using my brain.
That's like you get to save the elevator trip up Red Tower to get back into the East Criteria, but you're also going up the elevator in Meridia instead, so you're not actually saving it. Plus, you're going to the back of East Meridia.
Yeah, you're just going through a bunch of slower rooms and still having to do an elevator.
Yeah, you're going through a bunch of slow rooms that, unless you're a crazy Mappo player. Actually, do you even go that way in Mappo?
No, we go backwards through there. Oh, it is Varia! Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Here it is.
Yep. I think Nikplayer's still winning, though.
Probably. That plasma is
definitely still winning.
Yeah, that plasma's really good.
That plasma's really, really good.
And BrakeJake still can't actually do this East Meridia, so you still gotta leave with this Varia, as sad as that feels. And you don't even like get to make the LN play because you want to do that at the end, so you're still like the Varia is deceptively I'm not gonna say bad, but it doesn't really do anything at the moment.
Yeah. It's like you just gotta walk out of here and then, I don't know, go back to Kraid and be sad.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I have a super comfy Ridley fight now that I have Varia. Not that I didn't have it already with 8+1, but now there's no chance of losing, I guess. Smile?
Yeah, 0% versus, I don't know, 10%. Maybe.
Probably less than that.
It was definitely less than that. I was being generous.
Yeah, I probably would have... Actually, do I even bother snail clipping at this point? It's like, even if you get a power bomb...
Yeah. Well,
no, I mean for a power bomb to actually do East Meridia, but no, we just gotta leave.
Like really that you just do that before the sandpit.
Yeah, that's what I would have done if I made this play, but I also would not have made this play.
Yeah. Nice vanilla Dre. Nikplayer handles it well with the grapple. Kind of the best way to take care of this. The 600 damage plasma is pretty good.
Chat making the bold claim that Nikplayer is going to find Varia and be on the way to victory. I wonder if this is true or not.
Sarid might disagree.
9 out of 10 dentists agree. Nikplayer's not going to Shack Tool. He's doing the suitless Ellen.
Yeah. Shocker. I do believe this may be faster.
Where is BrakeJake going? I wonder.
I think BrakeJake has been having a think for the past few minutes. went up the elevator. Now he's turning around. I think he might be going to ship or something. But the sad part is, ship is at like the back of ship is at the bottom of the red tower, and everything to get there is inconvenient because that's 2 green bread portals.
The issue for me is like you already went to Criteria. You're never gonna have a better chance to do Kraid there because you have to go back to Criteria no matter what. So like even if you're like, okay, I should have done something else, you're in Criteria. Do the thing that's in Criteria, you know? You're just losing time for fun.
There are no portals that go to West Criteria. You will not get a better chance.
Yeah, it's a bit rough for BrakeJake, who is, despite the various, still very far behind.
Yes.
Just off of a few things. Nikplayer's been executing really well this race, actually. I was going to say just better than BrakeJake, but no, Nikplayer's actually gaining this race.
Yeah, he's just like actually been playing really solidly. Like, I'm scared. I won't lie.
I mean, he is the 5th seed for a reason. He's pretty good.
This is true.
Yeah, BrakeJake's done a couple extra checks, done a little bit less efficient routing, and then I think that play there is really sealing it because BrakeJake just lost so much time doing.
Yeah, this is just I don't know. Nikplayer's just like making all the intelligent plays and just I don't know, playing really solidly. I don't know. Also, clearly has put a lot of practice into movement because he's playing really well.
I think BrakeJake's shooting a little bit late for this gate glitch.
Yeah, just a little.
It's pretty tricky. It always feels so bad to miss gate glitch a bunch of times in a row. It's like, you know how to do it. It's just a timing thing. So missing the timing a bunch of times in a row, it's like, what am I practicing for?
That just gets in your head.
Exactly. Especially people who do that gate glitch setup where you're not really lining up for it. You're just backing up a pixel and immediately shooting.
I mean, you are lining up for it. Like, I do the setup. It is a setup. It's just like you could definitely just miss it 10 times in a row.
Right. Or 31 times in BrakeJake's case.
Well, I wasn't gonna go there.
Listen, he got it. It's fine.
Okay. No. He missed it 30 times. Because his 31st time, 31st time, it worked.
You're right. My apologies. Here is our Ridley fight for Nikplayer.
Yeah. This is either 30 supers. Oh, we're jumping. This is incorrect. The way he got lucky, because Ridley pogoed anyway. But the thing with variabless Ridley 30 supers is you really don't jump with the same because you can just wail around, but if you just wait a little bit, he'll pogo every time. And you could do right side pogo for like a couple supers, then a minute and turn around and do a bunch of supers, and then you can do the Aussie pogo minute and turn them around again and just end the fight in like very few pogos, and it's very fast. Like it's like a 30-second-ish room time if you do it really well. I don't know. It's RBO tech mostly. But it's very weird because like you're used to seeing like in any percent you jump up because you're doing like beam shots or X factors or whatever. But in RBO you really just want to pogo because that's the best way to dump supers into Ridley. But yeah. Also, nice wave behind Ridley.
I was gonna say probably the second best item behind just speed. And that is fine. I believe it's a fan tune behind.
That's safe.
Ridley. So we get to X-ray fan tune, I guess. I think you still probably would have rather just had a tank. One more tank.
Yeah. Tank safe like ship refill. but actually it does save time on the fantasy fight, so it's not bad. It's just not speed.
True. There's a pretty good chance that there is an E-Tank at Firefly, which is the only LN check we're getting, basically, in Nikplayer's case.
Yeah, we've got, I don't know, 5-ish of them left.
Yeah, because there's one in Croc that Nikplayer didn't get, but we do know about.
Yep.
It can't be Varia, obviously, even in Nikplayer's case, because you can't find Varia in LN.
Yeah,
And
that's
then-
how the game works.
So the only other two options are Speed, which you're not too sad to get, even that late, or Spring Ball, which you are pretty sad to get, but it helps you get out a little faster at least.
Yeah, it means you don't want to do the cool X-ray trick though, so it makes me sad.
True.
Anyways, while we were yapping, Nikplayer was actually using his brain throughout the end game. And this is actually the correct path going to meme round, because you just go through Open Warfare and then you are at Business Center. So, GG to Nikplayer on choosing correctly.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit faster. I think I would have gone down Red Tower to single chamber anyways, but this is better.
Yeah,
I'm just a meme route hater, which everyone is, but
yeah, like everybody's a meme route hater, but I do think it's
yeah, I would agree.
Red
Thinking
Tower,
about it.
because like East Criteria is not super fast. Red Tower is also not fast, and single chamber is not that much better.
Well, Red Tower is pretty fast because you have Screw, so you just moonfall down to the portal.
Yeah, but it's got an elevator too.
That's true, but I mean, there's an elevator down to meme route.
Okay, true,
It is a
I
little bit
guess.
faster, and the portal's a little bit closer, crucially. I think if the portals were swapped, then it's actually very close, but with the closer portal that Nikplayer has at meme route compared to middle of Red Tower, I think it actually comes out to being faster. I don't know why it's going this way, though.
Yeah, I guess Speedless Speedway? Maybe he's meant this. Because my gut would... Oh, maybe he's trying to save health by going through Frog Speedway, which is not a heated route, rather than going through Croc Escape.
I guess that's fine. You actually got the full power bomb refill, which is non-trivial as well.
Yeah, that is
So-
also a thing. So... Yeah. I don't know, I thought this was horrible, and I think this is just fine. I don't think it's that bad. Maybe?
I actually think this is
Maybe
good.
it's
I think
faster.
it's a good heads-up
Yeah.
play. I don't think it's faster,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I
getting
don't
the
know.
extra resources is better, I
might
think.
time it later, because I don't think it's that slow, that much slower. Yeah, the power bomb refill is really good stuff.
They're not even going to bother with the ammo checks here. It's already got full beam and a million supers. No need to get any more.
Yeah. I would say a power bomb is nice, but I don't really think it matters that much. You're just
Yeah, it shouldn't, as long as you are smart and farm a couple power bombs when you need them. Because there are a few good
Yeah.
power bomb farms here in Lower Norfair.
Yeah, as long as you make good decisions. I would not say picking this reserve is a good decision, but it's.
I mean,
fine,
you're not
guess.
going to not pick it up.
What do you mean you're not going to not pick it up? You have 8 plus like 2.
Yeah, now you have
You
8
don't
plus
need-
3.
Yeah, you're not going to use that. Why? You're just wasting
Fine.
7 seconds. I don't know.
It's extra energy
Right.
in Lower Norfair. Just, no.
I'm not sold.
It does mean Nikplayer will have to, if that was an E-Tank, might have actually been able to make it all the way to the boss. Without an E-Tank, he is going to have to CF in Wasteland or Metal Pirates, it looks like.
Yeah.
I think he's got 2 full reserves, so he could stretch it all the way to the boss.
Yeah, he's got 2 full reserves, and he'll get health from the Metal Pirates. And he has Plasma to do the good strat, so...
Yeah, no, he's actually, he just has enough.
Make it.
Well...
He could go all the way. Well, we'll see.
It's close. He's got the save, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Nikplayer push it. Again, he's aggressive. He's very confident in his abilities, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it.
Okay, Ever 3 Super. This is... I think it's
I don't love the... It's fine. This is enough health to make it to the boss room, too.
Yeah, this is pretty close. I might just CF before, just so you don't get destroyed in Phantom, and you're gonna...
Yeah, you can actually like farm up your power bombs to full and then do CF. And then go into Phantoon.
Yeah, I like this. This is good. Oh, you could have CF during while you're waiting for the Ghidorah. That would have been so sick.
Oh wait, what you do is you take a intentional flame hit here and then CF. While the boss warms up.
Oh, that's actually so much better. Oh my gosh. No, yeah, that's just actually sick. No, hear me out. You intentionally finish the fight under 50, then you CF like and then you get
the CF in time, so you get
you get power on drops from 50. Let's see it. It's already. Oh, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Rip.
Now it's actually kind of awkward. You kind of don't want these drops from Phantoon. You just leave the room and then immediately CF.
Yeah, well, you can just be on the left side. Maybe he wants like a little bit, just so he doesn't get destroyed. It's really sad.
Greed sickens me. Had to get every drop.
Anyways, going into this room is
a choice for sure.
Yeah, it's a choice.
We're gonna see it now, though.
Sure.
Not gonna be too crazy.
Yeah.
The big issue is like now we aren't getting a power bomb refill, so if things go really badly,
we're fine. This is.
I mean, we're fine, but if we aren't fine, we're really not fine.
Because we are being gluttonous and picked the reserve, and we also fired. It's just not good to farm Firefly. Oh, I should mark the.
I'm just a big coward when it comes to lower refill. So I want every safety I can.
Me and Nikplayer out here being way more aggressive than we need to be. Listen, he didn't make it into semis and mystery for nothing. Yeah, we're seeing why.
Very true. Yeah, I mean, for all Nikplayer knows, BrakeJake could be right behind him. He could have gotten Varia, which he did, but unfortunately, other things went poorly.
Yeah.
Okay, Nikplayer is at least going to farm up here for CF ammo.
Yeah.
Just to be safe.
400 here is like fine, but it's...
Do we have full reserves?
Yeah, we have 11 tanks total. Surely that's enough, right? I don't actually know.
But we're taking a lot of damage from these Namahes.
I know that the vibes in my brain are like, surely we have 300, and we do.
Okay.
Alright. But yeah. I don't know, when you're in Nikplayer's shoes, I think after a race this good, you're like, surely I have enough time on my opponent that I can spend some of that time to farm Fireflies and not get destroyed. But I will point out that we finished the segment on 209, so without the one tank of reserve, we would have been on 109. So reserve pickup was optional. Get owned, Derb.
I'm owned.
In shambles, even. I just had to point that out, you know.
Player turned off screw attack right away. makes sense. The
Ring.
down back Zeb skip is a little weird if you're not used to it.
Yeah. It's fine. It's only 3 seconds. Good Metroid 1 strat, sheesh. Yeah, we are out gaming in these Metroid rooms. It's a little bit different from Hundo because you don't have speed. I didn't think that was going to work. I did not believe hard enough.
You just gotta believe harder. BrakeJake went to the back of East, actually. He's doing back to front. That is
interesting.
Well, unfortunately, that's just another mistake, I think, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if he forgot that it's boss shifted and not boss shuffled.
That could be.
He's thinking like, I'm gonna skip Autoon because I fought Dragon already.
Yeah, that'd be really unfortunate, actually, if he...
why else are you coming to back of East, right? Like, that has to be what it is.
Well, he drops down here if he thinks that. Well, he doesn't.
Huh.
Maybe he's or something.
Maybe. Remembered on the elevator. Like,
Boomer skipping up in here.
Let's go. Boomer skipping without speed. Non-trivial. Not too hard, though.
It's not that much different than initial timing. It's just a little bit different.
It's really just different at the start. You have to do a different setup for the second jump.
Yeah. I do a different timing for the first jump, which sets up my second jump in the correct way. But either way, he makes it work.
That's the important part here.
Yeah.
I'm being told by chat that BrakeJake doesn't use an area tracker, so could explain some of the issues. I mean, I also don't usually use a tracker, and I've had a couple practice seeds where I haven't had too many shambles, but there's a lot of situations where it's like there are 2 portals next to each other, and then I go in the wrong one to get to where I want to go. It's still early in the tournament, and if you're not using an area tracker, you have to be really locked in to remember things enough to make it worth.
I just never have trusted myself to remember all that stuff. Nikplayer not remembering that Mother Brain's leg and her head are in dash the only things that follow like quote-unquote normal suit damage rules. The way dash suits work is they're progressive, so if you have one suit, either barrier or gravity, things do 50% damage reduction. If you have both, they do 25% damage reduction. But Mother Brain's leg is different because we don't want people to be in this exact situation and take double damage from what they think is happening in a tricky situation because it's standard. You have to get under a certain health threshold in a certain amount of time. So Mother Brain's leg does 25% damage reduction if you have gravity, 50% if you have variant, not gravity, and then normal otherwise. Which is like fine. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah. Mother Brain position here, by the way. I feel like her head is really high up.
Oh, this is normal. I think it's just different because of the layout or something. I think it's
supposed to. It wasn't like crazy, but it was a little higher than normal. It is kind of funny that Mother Brain's head isn't fixed to a set position in cutscene, or her body, actually. There's a reason why there are manips to change her position and make the cutscene slightly faster. I wonder what the... Sorry, I'm lagging a little bit.
okay.
I'm lagging a lot. What's going on?
What's happening? Here, please.
Yeah, it's funny that, like, how Mother Brain's cutscene works. It can just, like, estimate her position, I guess.
I mean, yeah, the way the cutscene works is like, once she dies and has fired herself, it's like, okay, make sure Samus is under 100 health. Well, 100 health, more or less. Then once she is, then get the baby on the screen, and then jump around for a while, and then get the baby to refill Samus's health. And there's just a bunch of stuff that has to happen, but we just play around with Samus, and it just still works. Because like all the things that need to happen are still happening. We're just also damaging other ring because there's nothing that says we can't. There's nothing. It just the way that the game prevents that is blocking Samus on the floor, and we just subvert that.
Yeah, once Samus starts moving during the cutscene, there's a lot of weird things going on, but luckily none of the weird things prevent us from doing what we want to do, which is going faster.
Exactly. Nothing can stand in the way of going faster. Nothing can stand in the way of Nikplayer saving the animals, actually.
Okay, sure.
I feel like I haven't seen...
We've seen a few
like,
animal saves this tournament.
Yeah. I think I haven't seen that many animal saves from Nikplayer, at least. Maybe he is just an animal saver and I haven't noticed. Maybe he's just doing it for this race.
Racing a good friend. If there's ever a time to save the animals, it's when you know the person you're racing. But
exactly.
Either way, Nikplayer gonna finish with an official race time of 1 hour and 54 minutes. BrakeJake going to forfeit quickly after. Still a ways away, unfortunately.
Yep. GG's to
That will do
Nikplayer.
it for
Really solid race on this day.
the first game. We do have another one coming up, though, right after this.
Yep. They are playing their 2 best-of-1s in the group stage, back-to-back. So, we will see Game 2 on the same channel in, like, I don't know, 10 minutes-ish. At least 5. They have not started. So, yeah. See y'all in a bit.